Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HCW UK Indy Review Show. I am your host, Frozzy, and with me today is DP. How are you doing today, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad. I don't know what it is. We seem to pick these days that are just really clear outside.
Yeah, I mean, it looks all right from where I am. I mean, I've managed to go out and walk the dog this morning, and yeah, it's just been a nice day.
What, again?
Very strange. I know, that's 3 days in a row I've walked the dog, mate.
Wow.
Wild. Absolutely wild. I know. I'm hoping that one day she'll become self-sufficient and just walk herself. But
That's fair.
you know. But yes, obviously we are back here to review another show that DP has attended, because he's got more money than sense. He'll eventually buy a new mobile phone that we've been talking about for months, because he's still on the iPhone, and no one needs an iPhone. Yeah, I even feel disgusted looking at it. DP, you attended Purpose Wrestling, their show called Hungry Like the Wolf, and you've been to Purpose Wrestling shows before, so you knew what you were going into. Anything changed since last time you went, or still the same sort of vibe you were getting?
Nope, still the same vibe. Last time I met some people that I made friends with, so I sat with them this time around. So made it a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, no, that's good. And like you've got someone to talk to about things that happen now, rather than like when you go to stuff on your own. Like I know if I've ever been to cinema and stuff like that, if you sat with someone and you don't understand something, you can sort of ask them what's going on or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always good to have someone to bounce off. This is why you don't do solo reviews, basically, as well. Because
Precisely, yeah.
Me to do you.
Me
to do your talking for you.
Yeah, I did one by myself. It was really like odd feeling doing it myself.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're expecting someone to reply to you and they don't.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's just like,
but yeah,
but no. So
obviously we were chatting in our, in our server, and I got here about 2 hours early to this show, which wasn't.
You get everywhere about 2 hours early because
it wasn't intentional over this one because it was. I do it for progress mainly because you want to get there early so you get a good seat. But with Purpose, you got to do that because no one's. As I found out, no one gets to that queue until about 40 minutes early. Yeah. So I'm literally there an hour, 20 minutes before anyone even turned up to the queue.
Yeah. People are just looking at him like, what is he queuing for?
Exactly. Like, I was there for the wrestlers, or at least the ones who were setting up anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you putting pictures in the server and then being like, I wonder if there's actually a show because there's no one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this conversation. Yeah, it's well, yeah, you attended what probably should have been like a 2.5 hours show. You got there before the show's like length of time.
Yes.
So we'll quickly get into it. And when you eventually got in, we kicked off with Rex Armstrong versus Mad Kurt.
Yes. So last time I alluded to the fact that I hadn't really known Rex Armstrong. Turns out he follows us on Twitter. So hi Rex.
Nice.
But
I hope he did it off the back of you not knowing who he was.
I have no idea when he did it, but I'll go for our followers list. I just saw his name on there. I was like, oh, cool, he follows us. That's more awkward now if you've seen the video.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we start things off with a Curtis Chapman Mad Kurt promo, where he challenges Rex to a drink off. Where literally he has beers ready and they just drink beer for the first 5 minutes to see who can drink more beer. Yeah, did appeal to me. I'm not alcoholic. Not that I don't drink alcohol. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're drinking Budweisers. Rex can handle his drink. Kurt apparently can't. So Kurt is Kurt's getting a bit out on his feet a little bit, like sort of like tipsy, I guess is the word. And Harry's here. Harry Chapman, his younger brother. He's here, and he helps drink it as well, the beer, to compete against Rex. He also can't do it. So Rex is just out drinking both of them while being completely coherent and knows what he's doing. We finally get a stop to this when Oscar the ref confiscates the drink from Harry because Harry's underage.
Right, okay.
He's not underage, to clarify. He's just he's got a young face, is all. Kurt suggests they fight. They finally fight, but he falls down before he gets a chance to do it. Rex suggests that he gets a drink of water. So Rex gets water and basically forces it down Kurt.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm questioning: is it actually even going to happen?
Yeah, I was just thinking: is there going to be a wrestling match, or is this a soap opera?
Exactly. So Kurt is still drunk at this point, but Rex goes to the outside to give him the water. That is. At this point, Kurt does initiate the fighting, where he throws a few chops at Rex. And then they ring the bell. So the match is getting underway, finally. So as we're on the outside of the ring, we exchange chops between them, and then we get the same spot you see a lot of times when someone like chops duck, they hit the post, or they don't hit the post. So that happens with Rex, he hits the post. Kurt steps back into the ring and hits a through the ropes drop kick on Rex. Then we got here, I wrote Kurt tries a 450 splash, where he's still like drunk, and Rex is down on the ring mat, and he climbs the wrong turnbuckle to hit him. So like, if Rex is in one corner, he'll climb another corner, which is nowhere near, and you can't hit the splash from there. And he's like, oh, and then drags Rex to that corner before going to the next corner to climb that one.
Yeah, still can't reach.
Exactly. Yeah. So this happens for a little bit. Eventually, Rex does an airplane spin on Kurt. Kurt gestures as if he's going to throw up. He doesn't, but he sort of gestures that a little bit, like he's sick.
Yeah.
Eventually, the ref turns away for whatever reason. I can't remember the reason for it. But Kurt low blows Rex. And then, oh, that's right, yeah. And then Rex, I don't know how it happens, but Kurt low blows Rex. Rex then low blows the ref.
Yeah.
And then the ref low blows Kurt. So I don't know how this happens, but it just happens. We then get a pin from Rex. From Rex for 2. So he's like low blows Kurt, and then Rex sort of falls onto Kurt for that pin.
Yeah.
For 2. Eventually, Kurt hits Rex over the head with a keyboard and hits a diving foot stomp for the 3 count.
Right. Okay. A lot happened in this match before the match even started.
Yes.
I think there is a place for stuff like this in wrestling, just not on any show that I watch. Because it just sounds like an absolute madness.
Yeah.
I mean, if people are going to like it and you're going to be subjective in your opinions, that for me isn't for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure it's fun for the people who do enjoy it. So
yeah, I mean, I knew what I was getting into when I bought a ticket for the show. No, Matt Kurt was going to be on it.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, the name speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of stuff about Mad Kurt as well without seeing anything. So yeah, I sort of knew when I saw his name on the card and we were going to be reviewing it that it was probably going to be a little bit different to a normal match.
Yes.
So yeah, no, fair play to anyone who liked it. Did you enjoy it?
For the most part, yeah. I'm a Kurt fan, so
yeah,
I like his shenanigans and I like his way he does things. It's just it's different.
Yeah, no, like I said, there's place for different in wrestling. It'd be fun to like talk to the man and get a talk like behind what he does and why he does what he does.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be fascinating to find out how his mind works to do this character that he does. So yeah, that would be good if we could ever find that out. I'm sure there's interviews out there somewhere.
Must be, yeah.
Yeah.
Or coming soon.
But yeah, we moved. Oh yeah, or come on to the show. We do the Indy UK Spotlights. If you see this show, reach out. We're happy to take you on. That goes for any UK independent superstar. Get in touch. We will interview you and get your story out
Yeah.
there. Because that's what we want to do. So we move on from the absolute madness of the first match, and we move on to Amira and Maya Matthews against Ava White and Skye Smithson.
That's right. So this is 2 days off of Ava White's loss to Ojimo. No.
Yep.
A week off, sorry, because it was the same weekend. So yeah, the next Friday basically after that World Quest. So people I've made friends with, they're huge Skye fans.
Yeah.
So instantly, I've got constant like Skye Smithson chants going on next to me again.
Yeah.
Like last time. But yeah, this is a tag match. So we get Amira and Maya, who are like sort of like mentor mentee, I guess.
Yeah.
Amira's crazy, like just in a good way, crazy though.
Yeah.
Against Ava White and Skye Smithson, who are both quite serious, heelish characters.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we start things off with Skye and Amira. Amira tries to get out of this straight away because she don't want to fight Skye Smithson. So she tags in Maya. But then when Maya comes in, Skye's like she's too young. Like she won't fight her and tags in Ava.
Yeah.
And then Ava's like, I'll fight you. And then Maya tags in. Well, I was like, Amira tags herself back in, off Maya, to fight Ava.
Right.
So at this point, I've written down Amira gets worked on by both Skye and Ava with works on holds and slams. After a bit of beatdown on Amira, Maya gets a hot tag and she takes on both Ava and Skye with various kicks and strikes. We get a pin from Amira, which gets from Maya, which gets a break up from Ava at 2, and she gets a 4-way slam. We get Amira, who gets involved again and takes out Ava. Skye takes out Amira, and then Maya takes out Skye for 2. We then get an Ava and Skye Scotch style pile slam and super hit combo for a 3 count on Amira.
Nice.
But yeah, this was a fairly short match.
Yeah. But it served a purpose, and it was an actual match.
Yes.
It's nice to get back to a little.
It's not in Mexico, it wasn't the match.
It felt like it wasn't going to be. It felt like more happened before the match than during it. But yeah, solid match overall, even though it was quite short.
But a short match, and honestly, you sort of got what you could out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad match, but it was also a fairly short match that you couldn't really get a chance to see everyone shine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it was more like trying to get certain people over.
Yeah. Like it worked for Maya, and Amira doesn't need putting over. Like Amira is over by herself anyway. She's just that charismatic.
Yeah.
Maya not needed. Maya works better with that sort of character to sort of let her shine more.
Yeah.
Whereas Ava and Skye are already quite well known in the scene anyway.
Yeah.
So they don't really need that that exposure.
Yeah. Fair play. So we move on from that match onto the Purpose Wrestling Championship match between Jordan Briggs and Dan Maloney, if you want to take it away from ADP.
Yeah, absolutely. So firstly, this was surprising to me that this was now match.
Yeah.
The only title on the line as well in this show, and it's at the halfway point. But that's fair enough. So yeah, we get a lot of back and forth between holds between these two. We get a lot of catch style grappling to outmaneuver each other. We get a pin, La Magistral from Jordan for 2. We get another pin from Jordan for 2. We get a battle for backslides between the two of them, and that leads to a almost attempt of a driller finisher from Maloney, but it's reversed. We get a spinning back chop from Dan. We get a series of PKs from Dan. Dan hits an enziguri on Jordan on the corner. Dan hits more chops on Jordan. It's important to note that Jordan at this point has not done much in terms of wrist work, which is his signature go-to. But until now, Jordan doesn't get a wrist lock on. Dan does what he can to break out of it. It ends up being a drop kick to get out of that. Jordan gets the drop kick back on before locking in an arm lock. Dan gets to the ropes. Dan tries a driller again, but it's reversed into a sit-up pile driver. And Dan goes again for a driller, which Jordan reverses it into a European-style clutch pin for the 3.
Nice. So, solid match again for the Purpose Wrestling Championship.
Correct, yeah. The match that he won the title against Conor Mills was solid. He defended it against RJ Singh at the last show. Solid again. And now against Dan Maloney.
Yeah. Dan Maloney, who, if you listen to the Royal Quest Night 1, performed on there against kids. Which was fun. But yeah, so that ended the first half of the show.
Well, not yet.
Oh, go on.
So post-match, after the title defense, we hear once again the same thing that we heard at the start of the show. It's Mad Kurt. And he's here, and he wants to challenge Jordan for the title, and Jordan accepts. So that is a match that we're getting, I believe, at the next show.
Right, okay. And you'll be attending that one as well?
That's the plan.
Yeah. Good stuff. So at least we'll get a comprehensive review of a Mad Kurt Championship match. Can't wait. Yeah, it should be a fun one, that one, actually. So yeah, end of the first half, we come out to the second half, and we have tag team action between Ollie Peace and Bullet against Billy Hayes and Jay Joshua, the Dead Sad Boys. Sounds like a team I'd fit in well.
Why? Because you're sad all the time, or because you're dead?
Yeah, because I am dead inside.
So, to get into this match, we have Ollie, Peace, and Jay Joshua starting things off. Ollie tactically avoids Jay Joshua because Joshua is a big guy, like not as big as Bullet, but like he's a big guy. He's the bigger of the Sad Boys, basically. So he tags in Billy, who we eventually get Ollie then fighting because they're about the same size. So a tag team move goes awry for the Sad Boys as Bullet saves Ollie. Ollie takes the fight to Billy and tags in Bullet. Bullet is a massive man. Is my next note. It's like if you can picture like original, and no offense to Bullet whatsoever here, like it's I'm comparing size wise. Early days Braun Strowman.
Right. Okay.
Like the early Braun Strowman, not now Braun Strowman.
Massive tank.
Yeah. Like similar to that sort of size. Yeah. That is Bullet, pretty much.
Yeah.
Size wise anyway. Bullet beats down on Billy before tagging Ollie back in. Bullet tries to throw Ollie into Billy, but Billy ducks and tags in Jay. We get a Tiger Catch German suplex from Jay Joshua onto Ollie. Ollie tags in Bullet into inspiration. We then get what I've written down as a beefy men showdown between
big men slapping meat.
Both Bullet and Jay exchange chops and moves. Billy tags in and hits a top rope shoulder tackle, followed by a frog splash for 1 on Bullet.
Right.
Bullet and Peace take advantage of a rest breakup, and Bullet takes out Joshua. Meanwhile, Ollie tags in and moonsaults Billy for the 3.
Nice. It sounds like a fun match, to be fair. I'm assuming you enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be completely 100% here. I didn't know the Dead Sad Boys, and I don't particularly know Ollie Pease or Bullet.
Right.
So, like, I know about Bullet and Ollie, but I don't know about the Dead Sad Boys. So to me, this is like my first full-on viewing of all 4 of these guys.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting to see all 4 of their styles and how they did things and their characters, and see how they interact with each other as well in terms of an in-ring perspective and what they did to each other. It was a very good tag match.
Yeah. Good. Hopefully, going forward, you'll see a bit more of them. The more of these you attend. Usually, when you're new, you like to see him against someone who you know, because then you know what that other person's like. You can sort of judge them. It's hard to judge, I think, when you've never seen any of them.
Yeah.
Because someone might stand out a bit more than the others, but it's no reflection on the rest. Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, we move on from that match to a guy I'm becoming very familiar with now, the Ojimo against Kareem Brigante.
Yes, so this is another influx of international talent from Purpose. Obviously, last show they had Claudia Bradstone and Fabio Romano. This time they have Kareem Brigante, who I believe is Italian.
He sounds French.
I remember seeing the flag on his trunk, so I think it was Italian.
Right. Okay. Oh, he's got the thingy. He's got like the Colosseum.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it says Rome. It says Rome on it. Yeah, so he's Italian.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, in case you couldn't tell, this is also my first time seeing Kareem Brigante in action.
Yeah.
So we get a standoff to start things off. The first part of the match is just Kareem being over with the crowd and beating up the heel Oku. So Kareem sends Oku flying with a forearm. Or I've written here a firearm. Kareem has crowd approval. Oku takes out Kareem's leg and continues to work on that. Oku tries a frog splash, but he's caught by a forearm. We get a sudden super kick from Oku and attempted frog splash again, but he's caught by a Samoan drop. 2. Oku locks on a half crab, which he's the master of. And Kareem is able to send Oku over top rope from that, so he just pushes him off him and his over top rope because Oku oversells. Kareem spears Oku on the apron. We get a second spear in the ring from Kareem for 2.9. We get a forearm exchange between the two of them. We get a super kick from Oku, a spinning lariat from Kareem, a capoeira kick from Oku, followed by a running leg lariat. We get a PK from Oku. We get a top rope springboard moonsault, which misses for Oku, and he lands on his leg. Kareem then works on the leg and locks in an Indian deathlock. Oku tries to pin Kareem with his feet on the ropes. Get a Kareem roll up for 2. And eventually a frog splash from Ojimo gets the 3 count.
Nice.
Very, very good match. And I think that's a trend for me, seeing Michael Oku matches, is that he normally has, if not match of the night, it's usually a very good match.
Yeah, I was going to say, from doing the reviews that we've been doing since it started, like I said, I'm becoming more and more familiar with the Ojimo, and he seems to be in good matches. So yeah, let's hope he continues that trend the more you go and see. Eventually I'll get around to seeing him myself, which would be nice. So we move on then into the main event, which is a triple threat action, which should arguably just be singles because there's a competitor in this match who should be dead. There is Nino Bryant against Vaughn Vertigo and my good friend Connor Mills.
Cue the image of me with Connor Mills just to rub it in.
Yeah. I was going to say you should say R.I.P.
So this is the, I believe, first time ever three-way match in Purpose Wrestling, and they've been around
nice.
for about a year. So this is the first time doing a three-way match. So yeah, we have, as you said, Nino Bryant, who is a regular. Conor Mills also a regular, and Vaughn Virgo. I believe it's his debut Purpose as well. So
yeah, I don't think I've said his name before since we've been reviewing. So
yeah, he's Canadian, so another international talent, I guess, in flux over. Yeah. So as you would expect, these three, we have a lot of fast-paced back and forth with flash pins with all three of them. We have Virgo and Conor have first control of the ring while Nina's on the outside. They exchange more back and forth blows and strikes. Eventually, Nino comes back in with a tope on Conor. We get Nino and Virgo exchanging various strikes as well. Conor sends Virgo to the outside and kicks Nino into the outside as well. Conor takes a breather before heading outside to work on Nino, in which after that he hits an upper hand arm strike on Nino with chops and kicks. We get Virgo come back into the match at this point with moves of his own and hits both Conor and Nino with them, and he can't take them eventually. Virgo drops Nino onto the top turnbuckle for 2, so literally has him like a fireman's carry on the second rope, and then drops him onto the top rope. Conor interrupts Virgo on the corner. Nino gets a German suplex on Conor. Virgo gets a lariat from Conor before taking out Nino. Conor tries multiple rope lariats and takes out both Vaughn and Nino. And then we get Conor tries to stack both Vaughn and Nino, but Nino gets out of it. Conor super kicks Vaughn, and Nino sends Conor over the top rope, and then goes to a pin on Vaughn for 3.
Fair.
Yeah. So Nino basically just stole the pin from Conor.
Yeah. Fair enough. Who shouldn't be in the match? So I hope if he ever sees these videos, he knows I'm joking.
But are you?
I mean, I don't want the guy to be dead.
Of course, yes.
No, but yeah, it sounds like a fun main event, and like you said, first ever triple threat match for Purpose. How do you think it went?
It went really well. I don't know what the reason was for having this main event over Breaks and Maloney, but
yeah,
I mean, obviously in the match, I know what the reason is. It's because these three are having a very fast-paced match that could serve, honestly, as the opener, the halfway point, the fourth match, the main event. Like, you could slot this in anywhere, and I would assume it's something to do with Maloney or Breaks as to why they did a main event.
Yeah.
Because either way, I'm happy either this match or Breaks Maloney, even Ojimo, Brigante, anything like that. Anything of those three would have been a great main event.
Yeah, I suppose like if you're not going to have your title being defended in your main event for whatever reason it was, first ever triple threat match probably should go there.
Yeah.
So from that side of things, it makes sense. But I always think if you're having your main title defended, it should be the main event or the opener.
Yeah,
it's one or the other. So yeah, there must have been a reason. But
yeah. I mean, I vaguely recall him saying something about the Maloney was only available during the first half of the show.
Right. Okay.
So that might be something to do with it, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah. So for me, it opens. If you know that going in, it opens the show. And then you have your strong start, and you stick this on at the end. You have your strong finish.
Yeah.
But that's just the way I'd book a show now. Like that perspective has changed over the years for me. So whoever's in charge of booking this show just has a different take on it than me. Maybe you. I don't know how you would have done it.
I don't book them myself.
No, I know. But if you were to book them, how would you do it? If you knew the info going in, how would you book it?
I'd have I think as you said, like a Breaks Maloney open up. I'd probably keep the women's match where it was. I would have Kurt and Rex be the opener after the break.
Yeah.
I'd have not the next time match, sorry. I'd have Ojimo and Brigante as third before the break. Have that calm down. Have a joke match. Not joke match, you know what I mean. Have the Mad Kurt shenanigans and whatnot in there.
Yeah, have the little bit of the comedy spot, yeah.
And then, but the issue is if you do that, then you kind of have the post-match thing from Mad Kurt calling out Breaks.
Yeah, but you could do that after his match.
What, and then have a match after?
No, so you have the title match on first.
Yeah, so in my booking, title match is first, and then you'd have the fourth match being Rex and Kurt. So at this point, Kurt would have already called out breaks.
No, you wait until after his match, and then he calls him out.
Okay, fine. Yeah. And then after
that's the way around.
Yeah, after that, I'd have the tag match between the men, Sad Boys and Bullet and Peace, and then main event would be the Triple Threat.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. But yeah, fun show though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think I've said this every time I've been to a Pepper show, is that I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, and they like, for us, the good shows to review, because we get the international talent in, so we're being introduced to new talent all the time as well. And the talent they've got already are already very, very good. So yeah, perfect. But yeah, so that'll bring us to the end of the show.
But not yet, because it's post match.
Why have you not talked about a post match already? Like, you didn't even tell me anything that happened in the post match. So
I meant to do that. I forgot to write that down. So post match, Ollie and Bullet come out and they attack Nino. But Nino's brother makes a save, so we have both Bryant brothers now. And he basically just protects Nino from Ollie and Bullet. After this, we get Ojimo promo. He comes into the ring, and he calls out Nino. He knows Nino is not available to face him, so he calls out Nino.
Yeah.
But we get, instead of Nino, David Francisco comes out, the owner of Purpose, or booker or promoter. But he comes out and he agrees to fight Ojimo at the next show.
Nice.
So we're getting Ojimo and Francisco at the next one. We're getting Kurt and Breaks, and we're also getting Ollie and Peace against the Bryant brothers.
Nice. Yeah. No, that should. It sounds like a fun show that they've got set up straight away. Going in, so you already know half the card, I'm assuming.
Yeah, half or 3 out for 7. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you mean Ollie and Peace, or is Ollie and Peace one person?
Oh, sorry. I meant Peace and Bullet. Sorry.
I had to go back and look, and I was like, I'm sure he's messed up there. But no, right. So that ends the show for Purpose this week. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you much, as always, for your review, DP. We will catch you on the next one that we've got coming up. But in the meantime, if you want to like and subscribe to our YouTube video, where this will be going out, give us any comments if there's anything you agree with, because we did go through the booking of the card and how we've done it. If you agree, disagree, let us know in the comments. Join the Discord. Follow us all on our social medias, which are here, and probably here somewhere. Rates will be in the video. Yeah, it's like big fish, little fish cardboard box there going on. But yeah, as we said, get in on the Discord. We have some good chats, good fun in there, and just keep interacting. Let us know what you like and what you don't. But that'll be goodbye from me and a goodbye from DP, and we'll catch you on the next one.